So, a YouTuber named AndyPantsGaming called me a cuck in a Birmingham cigarette, which isn't exactly untrue, but it still hurt my feelings nonetheless. All I really did was call him stupid and a poo-poo head, so he clapped back with this, and then followed up with another response to push this narrative that I like men. Well, Andy, you're a couple years late because I already got exposed for being the big gay long ago, and since then I've come to terms with it. I'm mentally prepared for you.
Yeah, Diesel Patches is gay. He says Lily sings something funny, but he sucks black cock. Yeah, Diesel hangs around the block with his anal destroyer and he thinks he's funny. What a dummy. Yeah, now Lord Allah doesn't accept big gays like Diesel Patches.
However, at the same time, I do want to become a better person. Nay, a better man. Thankfully, Andy has uploaded a super base black-pilled video that gives steps to help boys become men. Step aside, Gurren Lagann. You've been outshined. You think Kamina is a real man's man? Well, I no longer call him Anaki. I look up in respect to the one and the only AndyPantsGaming. Andy is the one that wears the orange shades now. So he uploaded a video called What is the Crisis of Masculinity? And I'm looking forward to it. Andy has deemed me cringe and beta, so I hope to follow in his footsteps, become a better man. Let us go ahead and watch this video so we can listen to Andy's advice on how to become a real man.
Fellas, some of you younger guys really need to hear this right now. And I know a lot of you older guys already know this, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's an absolutely essential message in the absolute clown world that we live in right now.
All right, let's hear it.
You're a man.
Yeah?
You're not a woman.
Uh-huh.
You're not gay.
Alright, now you've lost me. Andy, if we're rejecting labels, why did you call me a giggling fairy? I'm a man too.
You're not trans. You're not bisexual. You're not pansexual.
I'm sorry, I can't take this shit seriously with the fucking Saving Private Ryan B-roll and inspirational music in the background while Andy tells me I'm not trans or pansexual.
You were made to conquer. The Bible says you were made to rule. You were made to shit up.
Alright, so men are supposed to be, what, terrorists in your eyes? I get growing a pair, but I could do that without the conquering and fucking shit up part.
When somebody needs to be brave enough to run headlong into danger and possibly get killed, do they send a woman? Do they send a lady boy? No, they send a man. When they need someone to explore the icy north and spend 40 days at sea catching rare sea life in the most dangerous conditions imaginable, did they send somebody who is confused about their sexuality? No, they send a man.
Yes. What else can men do that others cannot? When the fridge breaks down and you need someone to fix it, you don't send in a woman, you bring in a man. When little Timmy is stuck in a well, crying for help, we don't rely on beta cucks to rescue him, we send in a man. When the Glorgatron race invades our planet and promises to destroy all life as we know it, we don't send in trans femboys with cat ears, we send in men.
Women are meant to be at home in a safe and comfortable environment so that they can tend to the children.
Wow, Andy is so based that he time traveled back into the 1950s. I would love to hear his thoughts on race too, but I think I already know how that would go. When black people are simply minding their own business, it is an obligation from an absolute white Chad to find the nearest fire hydrant and hose those fuckers down. That's what a real man would do.
Every road in every country was built by men. Every bridge and skyscraper was built by men. Every car, every vehicle, every machine was designed by a man. This is your world.
Holy shit, get off men's dick, you fucking gay wad.
Oh, men built this and built that, and women could never.
Don't get me wrong, I love men. And Andy knows this too. But maybe you should have been granted the fajita insult over me based on how much you're sucking on men's dicks. I'm just saying.
If a guy ever tells you he thinks it's the woman's job to lead the household just as much as the man, he's a beta. If a guy ever lets his wife drive, he is sus.
Dude, even Saudi Arabia allows women to drive now. Andy is so based, he not only time traveled back to the 50s, but also somehow surpassed old-fashioned traditional Muslims. Yeah, what's next? Stoning for women who dare to show their ankles? Real based, Andy.
And the reason our culture is the complete dumpster fire that it is today is because masculinity is getting called toxic right now. Femininity is prized in our culture today.
Now, even though I do agree this segment showcasing masculinity unfairly being automatically associated with toxicity, I think Andy needs to realize that dudes like him are the reason why masculinity is seen as a bad thing. When people like you say dumb shit like women are just followers who should just stay at home and make babies, it doesn't really surprise me if a lot of women are going to call you a dipshit and clap back by making fun of your masculinity. There's nothing wrong with being a manly man, wanting to work hard, get your hands dirty, and even rejecting feminine traits. I think people who say if you're not comfortable with wearing a dress and you're insecure about your masculinity, are brain dead. And no guy should have to prove their own masculinity by doing something they don't want to do.
It's time to be a man. We need masculine men. Seek out role models. Seek out dads. Seek out men who don't drive Priuses.
I agree with that point too. Prius drivers are the most smug people on this planet.
And I want to close here by giving you just a couple other random thoughts. Number one, if you're under 18 and addicted to video games, what the heck are you doing? I'm on video games now because I'm 41, I'm married, and I have a kid, and I'm stuck at the house.
Andy, not gonna lie, you're starting to sound like a beta cuck soy boy. You're gonna sit there all high and mighty on your little throne, telling 18-year-olds that if they're still playing video games, then they're no better than women, while being a gamer yourself.
But I'm 41 and already married, so I already won, guys.
41 isn't 93. Get your fat, lazy ass out there and go build a bridge or something, Andy. Here's what's funny to me. Back in the day, you know, the good old days when men ruled the world and women just cooked babies and birthed steak, you would be the one considered the loser if you were 41 years old and still playing video games. Now, do I think that? No. I'll probably be playing video games for the rest of my life because they're fun, but it's just hilarious to me that Andy tried to sneak that in.
Number four, if you're single, ask that girl out.
What if I like men?
Number six, if you're married, you probably don't need any advice from me. Keep grinding, brother.
Hey, thanks, Andy. My husband and I are very happy.
Our society is falling apart because dads quit speaking, because dads are no longer present, because dads are sitting on YouTube on their phones watching videos while their families fall apart.
Well, what the hell? How are we gonna watch your videos like this one if you're telling us it's bad to watch YouTube? You're giving us that message through a YouTube video. Do you not see the irony in that? Should I unsubscribe from your channel to achieve level 36 of manhood?
Number seven, if you don't know what to do with your life, bro, just do something. You're young. Just try something, man.
And finally, number 8, falsely copyright strike a channel because you're an insensitive pussy. That's what real men do.
All right, boys, so in closing, just remember, society hates us right now, but we run society. So we don't really have to take it anymore. Promote men, follow men, honor men, lift men up. Never turn on each other. Don't act like a woman.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Don't act like a stupid female with their petty insults. Affronting your fellow brothers is blasphemy. I would never do something like that. This segment is especially funny to me because Andy responds to comments like a petty 15-year-old girl who didn't make the cheerleading squad when he sees people disagree with his shit opinions. What do you guys think? Is Andy an alpha Chad or a super mega alpha Chad? Let me know in the comments.